I'll be talking about February 20th, 2017. My cousin decided to call my mother around 4 around 4 p.m. because my mother was begging the other cousin for food money because we didn't have no food, and they don't understand the situation that's what in the in this location in Kissimmee, Florida. So I was just sitting down minding my own business, and all of a sudden my mother went downstairs to pick up the food. She said that she was going to go downstairs to pick up the food from the cousin who's bringing the food. But instead, they allowed the cousin and her son to enter into this room February 20th, 2017. That's not the very first time my cousin visited my motel room. The first time she visited the motel room was fall 2016. Fall 2016, when she came in this room, she was acting very kind, very generous to me. She wasn't acting very rude towards me. The second time she came, which is February 20th, 2017, she started observing my personal belongings. As soon as she stepped into the room, she said, "Whose?" "Whose?" She said, "Whose bag is this?" And she started judging the appearance of the bag. She was calling the bag neat. And after she finished observing and criticizing the bag, I think she was criticizing the bag even though she was calling it neat. She was judging. She never did that during the first time she came into this room. Then she started to pick on the gadget that I'm holding in my hand. She said, "Why are you holding this? What is this gadget? Why are you holding this gadget in your hand? What is this gadget you're holding in your hand?" Why is she so curious about my things as if she owns it? She doesn't own my things. I'm referring to my cousin. And then, after she finished judging the gadget that I'm holding in my hand, she started having a conversation with my mother. Then all of a sudden, she just cut my mother off and started talking to me about. She just mentioned the word job out of nowhere. So she came in this room unexpectedly, and she cut my mother off while talking with her, and she mentioned only to me about job. She never did that during the first time. The first time she never mentioned anything about job. She brought up the word jobs. And I told her, I was trying to make her informed about Kissimmee, Florida, this location, this tourist section, about all the homeless people living in motels and hotels. And she doesn't get that. She has no idea about this location, Kissimmee, Florida, and about all the homeless people and living in motels and hotels. She dodged the question. And I started to mention about the multi-agent quantum artificial intelligence managing humanity, that they're managing each individual. And then she cut me off once again and started to mention that what you're trying to say, but wait, you're trying to say that an artificial intelligence is controlling me. I'm just mimicking what she said to me. Controlling me and all of us. I was saying they're managing us. So they don't even know. They have some sort of language disorder. They don't know what the word control means, especially when it deals with the science. The science it's misinformation and disinformation when it comes to science. The science part. They have a because the science is incorrect. Everything about the science, everything about all the knowledge that we have all in our sources is incorrect. If we had the right source, then they would start the agents and the software engineers would actually start paying more attention to that, to the people who's using the real information. But she doesn't understand that. Then she starts bringing up evil people. What the heck does that, what evil people have to do with what's going on here? That's irrelevant. I'm talking about how things are managing, and she's bringing up evil people. And I'm talking to her about the things that's actually happening. And she just continues to keep dodging the question. Then after that, she she brings up my technology, because when she came in here unexpectedly, I had all my things out laid out in the on the couch. Everything, all my technology was on the couch already. And she picked on my laptop. She said, brainwash, brainwash. She mentioned brainwash, and she pointed to my laptop. And she's trying to say that whatever I'm reading online is brainwashing me. But I never learned it online. I was talking about, and I also mentioned about my experience before she actually mentioned about brainwash. I told her I've been experiencing these abnormal things, and that I'm naturally reacting towards that, towards the things that's happening to me in my environment. That's the environmental stimuli, and she doesn't know anything about that. So I told her how I'm being treated, how I've been treated in the education system, besides children and teachers. The way they treat me is abnormal. It's really abnormal. I don't really care about the bullying part. It's about the experience, the things they said to me. That's mostly important. The information that they said, the things that they said to me was really abnormal. It's incorrect. They would they would say words. The words that they use is mischaracterized, as if they have some sort of paraphrasia and aphasia. They have some sort of communication problem, and they have problems putting words together. They have difficulties putting words together. And she dodged the question once again. So when she pointed to my laptop, she might she just trying to bring up she's trying to bring up an issue. She's trying to say that that's the primary source. That's the primary issue of preventing me from getting a job. That's stopping me from getting a job because I'm listening to the things on the internet, and that's not true. I'm going by experience. You have to actually, she doesn't even know me well, because I first met my cousin last year, fall 2016. And you can't say something like that unless you know me completely well. If you know me completely well, I can understand that when you mention the word brainwash. But since she doesn't know anything about me or the type of person, I don't borrow ideas from people. I create my own ideas. If I borrow ideas from people, I won't get nowhere. That's why I have to react. I said it's from the way I perceive. I perceive things in order to learn things. Perceiving things that are abnormal. And a lot of people have some sort of anomaly. I see everybody has some sort of anomaly, and that's programmed. They all show some kind of error. Their brains are deformed in a way. And she continues to keep going about evil people. And then after I started making more sense, when I started to mention about evil, about the behavior and all these, about the behavior of people, she then stops talking, and as if she got a little attitude. And then I was telling the son about the TV, about cartoons. How are cartoons created? Cartoons are created by a computer. Yet you're watching cartoons on television. How can you watch human beings on television, on cartoons on television, on a digital screen? You're watching human beings on a digital screen, and you're watching cartoons on a digital screen. And it actually shows you it gives you an example of the simulation. It actually it's demonstrating the simulation. And it showed not only that it's demonstrating the simulation, it shows you that Whatever has been written about binary is incorrect. Whatever that's been written about quantum chemistry and computational chemistry is incorrect. Everything is about something else. It's completely different. And nobody can figure it out. They all have the same idea. They all think alike, and they all have the same awareness, and their awareness is completely fake because they're not seeing the natural things. They're seeing something that keeps them in a loop, and that loop is a maze. Is in a maze. It's a time loop with their memories. Their memories have some sort of time dilemma, and someone's refreshing their memories and keeping their thoughts in sync to be compatible with the system. So whatever they talk about artificial intelligence, whatever they talk about evil, and not only evil, about demon and devil, they never saw a devil before. They never saw a demon before. So how can you know it exists? And you never saw it before. We have something that exists. We have software engineers that exist, and we have artificial intelligence that exists, and we have quantum computer that exists. Technology exists. So how am I brainwashed and everything exists in front of me? So you're trying to say what I'm seeing here, what I'm perceiving here with the cartoons and watching human beings on a digital screen doesn't exist? It exists. How am I being brainwashed? She makes no sense. She sounds incoherent. I couldn't be brainwashed. And when she mentioned the word brainwash, she acted as if she's familiar with the way I speak, just like Paidvert. Paidverts act as if Paidvert, the person that I met on a social anxiety community, act as if she knows me my whole entire life, and knows what I'm about to say ahead of time, and she doesn't know me. Just like my cousin. My cousin mentioned brainwash. She doesn't know anything about me. So how is she so familiar with the way I speak? She acts as if she knows about artificial intelligence. She doesn't know anything about artificial intelligence. She doesn't understand. She doesn't have a complete understanding about people's behavior. So she lacks that she's not able to interpret people's behavior. She cuts it off and settles the score by saying that that people are evil. That's how she handled things. That's not how you have a proper discussion with people. That's a communication disorder. You don't mention one small little detail instead of expanding that detail. You need to expand that thought right there. If you're able to make that expansion happen, then you can actually get somewhere with that. She's not making any valid points, but I was making a whole bunch of valid points. I was talking about the automatic detection, being able to detect anomalies, but she doesn't understand what I'm talking about, how people are automatically set on distributing these information out. And I was talking about the key distribution, the keys distribution, how these keys are generated by the artificial intelligence controlling the quantum cryptography satellite, allowing these keys to be embedded in the human's cortex, so it can generate these key information. So it's generating these artificial thoughts, these artificial religious thoughts, and artificial thoughts about demons, something that doesn't exist, to keep them in sync with the program, to be compatible with the reality, with the system. And they got it wrong. And my mother, when my mother was standing there and my sister was on her smartphone without no earbuds in her ears, my cousins insulted this room. She called us room cubicle room. She's insulting us. And my mother didn't say anything. My mother kept her mouth shut, and my sister kept her mouth shut. And I'm the only one hearing this. And my cousin mentioned about me going outside and getting might as well say going outside and get some fresh air, as if she's been monitoring me for the past 2 years, because I've been living here since 2015, since March 2015, and it's February 22nd, 2017. How would she know what I do in this room? She doesn't know me. She doesn't know what I do in this room. She doesn't know me exactly, so who's giving her that information? The multi-agent quantum artificial intelligence is supplying her with that information to make her informed about something. She doesn't even act like She she's not even she jumbles her words when she speaks, and mischaracterize her words as she speaks. She's talking about too many random things all at once, and she doesn't clearly express herself about the matter of how she knows that I go outside or don't. She doesn't express herself. She just uses a small detail of bits of information to describe the characteristics of me and my environment. So I'll be updating this. Oh, not only that, I'll be making another video about my dreams soon.